What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you the Fur Hire test hand video as promised from the deck profile the other day. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our 3 test hands going first and 3 test hands going second, and we'll show you what they can do. Now, this deck is quite linear. It goes one way, and that is flooding the board with Fur Hire monsters. From then on, it doesn't really rely on a lot of back row protection. It's mainly more the monster's abilities. So without further ado, our first hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's actually a slightly busted hand in a way. So we're going to activate our Rotor. Our Rotor is going to search us out our main card, and that is Beat Bladesman for hire. We're then going to normal summon our Bravo. Bravo will then special summon our Bladesman. Bladesman can then use its ability to special summon out, depending on what you want to negate. If you special summon this out, you're going to gain 1500 life points already. If you special summon out your Raphael is going to have the ability to negate an opponent's card effect, and then excavate and add the top card of your deck to your hand. So it's really dependent on which way you want to go, whether you want to gain the life points or whether you want to have a negate in hand. Gain the life points, negate a spell and trap, or negate a monster effect. So again, it's down to you. So what we'll do is we'll use Bladesman's ability to special summon out Raphael. This one allows you to add, so your Bladesman will allow you to add a Fur Hire from deck to hand. So if you add Bravo for your next turn plays, shuffle your deck, and then Raphael will excavate the top 2 cards, and then you get to add a Fur Hire from those top 2 cards to your hand. So the top 2, Call by the Grave and Pot of Desire, so neither of those are helping us. If it was a Fur Hire, happy days. If not, it's not the end of the world. Now, of course, we have the ability to go into a link 3 here, and then we've got the Monster Reborn ability to bring back. Ideally, you want to bring back your Raphael. It's really up to you on which way you want to go from there. But as you can see, it's got a pretty powerful board. And obviously, going second, it would have even more of a powerful board because you've got those big beaters on board. Plus, they've gained an extra 500 from the Fire one, Bravo. Then you've got Monster Reborn, so you're stealing one of your opponent's monsters. So you just get to extend your plays that bit further. Anyway, second test hand going first will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. We'll activate our Rotor. Our Rotor will, of course, only add us the only target it can, and that is Beat Bladesman. So if you do this right, you can get all 5 of these cards onto the board, maybe even more so. So let's go with Beat. Beat can special summon its a Fur Hire except itself, so you would special summon the Strategist. Then Beat's ability will go off and search you out a Fur Hire. If we search ourselves out our Helmsman, we can then use Strategist's ability to bring Helmsman to the board and go from there. We can then use Helmsman's ability to get Beat to the board. If we get Beat to the board, that's it, it stops. There's no more continuance. If we get Diner on board, it's got a little bit more to go with, so it's entirely up to you. If you go with Beat, you're then pitching one of these two to get an additional draw and moving your plays further forward that way. Your other alternative, instead of going for this guy, would have been to search out your either Wiz or, of course, your Raphael, and you've got a negation on board. But we're going to go with this play as is. Use this ability here, so let's shuffle up the deck. Strategist is probably the least useful one to us right now, so that can go, and we're going to draw one. Then if we want to, we can link 4 into Saruja, because we don't really have any negate or disruption during our opponent's turn. All we've got is our opponent can't target them for attacks except the big guy, so it's really up to you. And then our 4, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, okay, and we're going to put 3 back, so we're going to put 1, 2, and 3. That's actually really quite good, because then what we can do is offer Saruja, we can special summon our Raphael. Actually, before we do that, let's be smart. If we activate our Monster Reborn, we can get back our Diner. That then allows us to use Saruja's ability to special summon Raphael. Now the reason we've done it that way is if it's special summoned, you've got to excavate the top card of your deck to the number of fur hides you control with different names except himself. So you get to mill the top card of your deck, fur hide, get to add it to your hand. So that's very, really cool there. Then your opponent can't target this one for attacks. These guys are plus 300, I believe. And then of course on top of that, this can negate a monster effect. So you've turned what was a decent board, just not very disruptive, into a 1-card disruptor, a 1-card you can't attack, basically these types of monsters, and then they've got a bit of a boost from a Saruja. Okay, so now let's do our final test I'm going first, and then we can start going more aggressive and show you what this deck can do. There we go. Cool. Again, not that bad of a hand. We can get all 3 of those on board. We're going to activate our upstart first. We can get all 4 on board. So we've got a Saruja play if we want to. So what you would do is you go Bravo. Bravo's ability for... Strategist. Strategist ability for Bladesman. Bladesman ability when it's special summoned to add a... Sorry, her ability to special summon this from hand, then her ability to search out our fur hire. Obviously the issue is we again have locked ourselves back out because we had Bravo instead of another alternative and we've already used his effect this turn. So we would shuffle up, link all 4 because they're not going to be doing anything for us now, and go into there. We're going to cut here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 back. Yeah, I suppose the best way of doing it. Then special summon out the Raphael, and then at least we've got a negate in our hand. Again, quite linear when they go first. They don't really... They just want to flood the board. They want your opponent... You want to stop your opponent using hand traps, and you just go monster, 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 monster. Attack the game. So, let's do our final shuffle up, and we're going to start going second. This is where the deck can really start to shine. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come on, one more different one, 6. That is a full board. Yes, we've got no protection, but obviously we're just going to go actually ham. So, if our opponent's got a monster card, then we're going to play... if we've got a face-up card, we're going to be going with this one. If we've got a set card, we're going to be on this one. So we'll go with Bravo. Bravo's ability to bring us out Beat. Beat's ability to bring us out Helms. Beat's second ability to search out our fur hide. So we're going to search out our Strategist. We're going to use Helm's ability to bring out, like I said, face up, face down, whichever one you want to take. So we're going to go with face up to bring this one out. This one's ability is going to pop it back. This one pops a back row when another one is special summoned. So we're going to use her ability to pitch this one. Actually, we're probably better off pitching this one, aren't we? And drawing a card. Oh, wow. Then we're going to use this ability to special summon this one and pop another card on the field. We're then going to link all 4 of those for our Saruja. Saruja is then going to let us draw 4. And we're going to put those 3 back. We then have the ability of Recon to special summon out our Raphael. We then have the ability of this card to mill a card. Actually, it might have been better to go that way first. Then use Saruja for this one here. Then this one has the ability... This one would banish 1 card your opponent controls from the graveyard. This one lets you excavate the top 2 cards and add 1 if it's a fur hire. So that gets added to hand. So it really depends on whether you want to banish from your opponent's graveyard or whether you want to mill a card so you've got a negate in hand because you've got the quick effect ability. Then of course we can play Mayhem if we want to. and probably bring back your biggest beta, which is this one here of 19. You've then got more plays that you can go for. You can start linking. So let's go with, if you're worried about spell or traps, or if you're worried about monster, entirely up to you. You can use the ability of that to pop one, draw one. So you've popped 2 monsters this turn. You've popped a set card. You've popped 2 face-up cards, 1 set card, and then you've got, I believe it's every time with Saruja. Yeah. So these two now gain an extra. Have gained an extra 300 each. So you're swinging in for 31, 25, 28, and 19, and then you've got the negate if you want to, if you haven't already used it. So you can kind of see now how powerful they can be when going second, just because this plays to all their strengths. Now let's do our second test hand going second, and see if we can keep that consistency going. So our second hand of 6, sorry, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to start with our Bravo. Bravo is then going to special summon out Bladesman. Bladesman's ability to special summon out Helmsman. Bladesman's ability then lets you search. So depending on what you fear right now, if you feel fear a face up, you feel a back row, it's up to you. So let's go with, where's the other one? Go with this one here. Use Helmsman's ability to special summon this one. Helmsman's ability will go off to get rid of one of these. Now, depending if you want to burn or if you want to go in for the death, let's get rid of this one. We've discarded off of that for the Wiz Sage. That was it. Discarded the Wiz Sage, going for the draw, and we've got Strategist. Actually helps us even more, because now what we can do is we can use this guy's ability to special summon this card to the board. Okay, so now we've done all of this, this one still has the ability to use its effect. So we are going to link all 4 of these guys together, and we're going to go into our Saruja. Now Saruja is going to let us draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put 3 back. Now we haven't used Recon yet because we've used Donpa, so Recon actually helps us extend our boards a little bit further, so we definitely want to keep that. And then we're going to put 3 back. It's out of these big boss ones, only one of them is going to hit the board. Now if we're going for game, Maverick gives you the burn, but we don't control a huge amount of Thurhires when she hits the board. Rafael will give you the mill, but it'll also give you the beat as well. We can get 2 of these on board. Let's go with, how much damage could she technically do? If I get 3 more on board, she could do 15, 27. So actually, depending on if our opponent's got a beater on board, Maverick will be the better option. So these 3 can actually go back. And even then, actually, we can bring 1 back with Strategist. So what we will do is we'll use Strategist's effect to special summon Recon. Strategist's ability will go off because a Thurhire has been special summoned. And let's just add one of these back to our hand. So we might as well add back the Wiz. Because we're going for game, I would ideally say we use Scout's ability to bring out Rafael first. Rafael's ability will let us mill 2 and add a Thurhire to our hand, so we're going to add Bladesmith. That can go back to the deck. We're then going to use Saruja's ability to special summon out Sagita. That will then burn our opponent for 15, so we've already done 1500 without actually declaring an attack. We then have the ability to go into another link 4 if you want to, so we could technically go into a borrow load. It depends on how much damage you want to do. Ideally you want to keep Rafael on board because he is going to provide you with the negation ability. You could of course go into Griffin and negate all your opponent's cards and discard a target, then spin back a card and draw a card. It's entirely up to you. You could go into Unicorn as well, but because it's not co-linked, it's not going to get you too much more from that. Your other alternative is to go into Goblin. Now by doing so, you would probably link these two together, go into Goblin. Goblin's ability to activate, you do have to discard, so we'd pitch that. It's not co-linked, so it won't give you the draw, but it does give you the additional normal summon of Beat Bladesman. Now, you've used all of Beat's effects, but you can now just go ham. So because we special summon to this has now got 16, and I believe this has got 2 lots, so I think this has got an extra 600, something like that. So we're going in for 16, we've already burnt for 15, 16, 31 at the least, 16, 28 and then another 12. If you wanted to go even further, you could link these two guys together before actually finishing that and go into a Phoenix, or you could go into Proxy, Underclock, even Cerberus, but you don't have anything to discard to do much more damage. But that is that for that test hand. As you can see, very, very flood-worthy. Quite a full board on that one. Now let's do our final test hand going second, and we're going to go all in on this one. And let's see if we can OTK our opponent again. You can see that they've got much more potential going second than they do going first. To be totally honest, they could mix quite nicely with an Invoked Engine as well. The only issue is you do need your normal summon, so it's interesting. Anyway, final test hand of 6 being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not as dynamic as the last ones we've had, but still very powerful. So we're going to activate Rodar, and of course we're going for our Bladesmith. There we go, there's Beat. I'm going to get rid of Called by the Grave. I'm going to say we've used it because, you know, it's kind of a dead card in our hand. We'll go Bravo. Bravo will go into Helmsman. Helmsman will go into Beat. Helmsman's ability will pitch itself. I believe it can pitch itself. Furhar special onto the field while you control this card set, discard 1 Furhar, draw 1 card. Ditch that to draw 1. Oh, why did it have to be Bravo? Anyone but Bravo. So the issue we've now got here is we need to, if we special summon another one, we can add one to the hand, but we can't go any further than that. We would have to use a Sarujas. We have to use the ability of Bladesman to special summon Bravo. Ability of Bladesman then goes off to search us out, and we're going to search out our Raphael. Bravo can't do anything because it's already used its effects. We're then going to link all 4 of these together because they're not providing us with anything right now, and go into our Saruja. Our Saruja, I will cut. It's going to draw us 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Very interesting. Put 1. 2. Ugh. What have I got in the grave? Nothing too dramatic. We can get quite a lot on board. We can get another 3 monsters minimum on board. Let's put Recon back. Yeah, let's put Recon back. Now, if we use Saruja's ability to special summon Strategist, we can then use Strategist's ability to special summon out the Raphael. Raphael can then mill 1. That's going back. That's not a Furhire. Obviously, you could have increased your chances of a milling by activating your Mayhem. If you activate your Mayhem now, you might as well put that under Skull Dread, and then it's going to get another boost. Then you've got the ability to link 3 if you want. Ideally, if you did the Mayhem first, you'd mill 2, so it could have been another monster, because now we don't have a negate for this. And then you can start linking up a little bit more. Still a lot of power on board, though, because if you all gain an extra 300, if not more, you're going in for 28, 22, 31, and 19. So still an incredible amount of power on board, swinging at your opponent. But that is it for the Furhire. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but it also showed you what the deck can do. It's definitely got a lot more power going second than it does going first, but it is still very, very useful going first as well, because it has the capability to make some stun boards if played correctly. So I hope this helps. I hope this has given you a couple of ideas about fur hire and how they kind of operate and work. You know, and I say pick them up. I can't see these breaking the bank after the short prints are confirmed and stuff like that. You'll understand a little bit more about it. But for now, that is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.